Now, I must admit that during the evening, I always like to observe my audience members and see what their reaction is to certain comedians in certain moments. Mike, is that your dad? That is the first time I've seen you perch forward and listen intently all night. She took it where? She fingered what? I'm like, wow! I mean, his hand. It's like, really? You've been married a long time, haven't you? I bet you don't even know what half the shit she was talking about was, did you? I'm like... I'm sorry. You did. Anyway, that or he was thinking, God damn, I'm glad I had a boy. I know, you probably have daughters too, but let's just leave that moment alone. All right, you ready for the next comedian? Next comedian. Your next comedian. I'm not even drunk and I'm slurring. This is really bad. All right, here we go. This next comic is about to handsome this place up a little bit. So rub your gens for Nic Rennie, everybody. Yeah!
All right, give it up for your host, Ron Jeremy. Okay, Mike, you may have noticed that, like, this row of white people right here, you killed it with the cookie dough jokes. All jokes aside, we're all bakers, and Jacob F. Turpin eats cookie dough every morning when he gets that was, thank you. It was great for us. All right, so can I get a big fake laugh from everybody to start out? Okay, good. This way I'll know if you guys are patronizing me. So 2 years ago, I graduated at the top of my class with a degree in philosophy. So I'm a baker now. But if anyone knows about any philosopher jobs opening up, I think really hard about it. Working at the bakery school, though, like me and my coworkers, we get to stand around and shoot the shit, like, and sometimes we get into like our deep personal issues. And last week it was pretty amazing. We got into like talking about our past demons and stuff we've overcome, and it was pretty amazing. We've got a guy who beat a heroin addiction, a veteran, a cancer survivor, and I actually conquered veganism. So I won that conversation. So, in addition to just finishing, or 2 years ago, my philosophy degree, I also just finished law school. And by that I mean I dropped out. Yeah, it was a lot of hard work and sacrifice, and I'm not into that. It's not my thing. In fact, I think people are lying when they say they value hard work. I mean, if people really felt that way, you would hear it in conversations about slavery. Like, yeah, the ownership of human beings is a profound injustice, but at least those slaves got to work really hard. No, nobody says that because hard work is the worst part of slavery. Like, if you wanted to own me, but I didn't have to do any work for you, we could reach a pretty reasonable agreement. I'm not going to toss a figure out there just yet, but I probably have a similar market value to maybe like an 02 Ford Focus with like 111,000 miles on it. Somewhere in the low four figures. Just talk to me after the show, especially if I don't win. We'll work something out. So, like I said, I did law school, and I was up at Penn State, actually. And last year, it was a tough year for me, because starting out, I thought, of course, Joe Paterno was every bit as good as a saint. So I was devastated to find out that he was actually as bad as a pope. And I only say that because they both helped their buddies get away with raping children. Otherwise, I'm sure they're okay, guys. Law school was interesting, though. I spent, because while I was there, I got to spend part of the week up in PA at school and part of the week down here with my wife. So I was in the unordinary position of having a bachelor pad, but also being married. And I did it right. I didn't mess around. And I don't mean I had my buddies over all the time, or I had model trains or any of that shit. I mean I was living in filth. I did no cleaning ever. because it's like, it's work and I'd rather be owned, so it's not something I would do. But my apartment was so dirty. One night, a raccoon crawled out of the trash and looked at me like I was in his place. Another time, a burglar broke in and saw how I was living, and he just like felt bad, and he let me borrow $5 and took off. Took nothing. It was nasty. So I like sports a lot. I like them more now that I'm older and I'm not getting beat up by people who play sports as often. But liking sports has made me a shitty person. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. About a month, maybe 6 weeks ago, my wife and I were at a Nationals game. They were playing the Yankees, and the Yankees won. And the Yankees fans are like really throwing it in our face, like they personally had outdone us in sitting there and watching the baseball game. And I was getting to me, and I was moping on the way out, going to the parking lot. I'm trying to make it better. And so I say to my wife, honey, at least a lot of Yankees fans probably died in 9/11. That is what I actually said to my wife to try to make a baseball game better. Because I'm an asshole. I'm married to an Asian woman, and something that I didn't see coming is that now other white people think it's okay to ask me whatever is on their mind about Asian people. And it always comes out of nowhere, like, hey, Nick, your wife is Asian, right? Yeah. Yo, what's Asian pussy like? I was just like, if you think I'm going to describe my wife's vagina to you, then you don't know me very well, Dad. I'm going to tell you guys something I haven't said to anyone since my wife and I went on our first date. The sound of your laughter has been like well-lotioned hands, gently stroking the dicks of my ears. Thank you.
Back to the observation world. He starts to tell a slavery joke. I don't know whose sphincter got tighter, the white people or the black people. He's like, where's he going with this? I think